Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. So today I want to talk to you about the Sephora VIB sale that is going to be coming up in a week or so, or a few weeks. By the time this video goes up, probably like a week. I want to talk to you about some of my recommendations or things that I like to pick up during the sale and my wish list, because there's quite a few products on my wish list, products I've had my eye on throughout my no buy of October, which has been very long. But so I wanted to sit down and kind of share with you some of my favorite things to pick up during this 20% off. I love that Sephora does this. I think it's a great opportunity to try out some more high-end or luxury products that maybe normally you wouldn't get a chance to try out, but with the 20% off, it makes it a little bit more reasonable to buy. So I have my basket of products, but my first product is actually on my vanity. So this is my first recommendation to you. I love the Beauty Blender. It has saved my life. I'm one of those people that I love like a medium to full coverage foundation, a very matte foundation, but because my skin is combination and I have dry patches, they don't always sit well on my skin. I have to be very careful. But this little thing has made it a lot easier to successfully blend my foundation. I love using sponges now. It's my preferred way to put on not heavy, but like more full coverage foundations. But these little sponges are $20, which is a little bit pricey for a sponge. I have tried other sponges, beauty sponges that are like this, but I always go back to the Beauty Blender. I think it's amazing. It's the first sponge that I was ever really introduced to. As you can see, mine is super dirty, so I will be purchasing a new one during the Sephora sale. My store actually had the pink and white tie-dye ones, and I almost bought it the other day, but I was like, no. You have to wait, you're on a no buy, you're gonna get 20% off soon, like you have to wait. So I'm very excited to replace this one because it looking very sad. Even when I wash it, it's still like really stained because it's been used a lot, so it'll be nice to retire this one. But moving on, so my next recommendation to you would be to invest in some good skincare. So I love to take the opportunity during this sale to either try something that I've been wanting to try skincare wise that's like kind of pricey, or stock up on something that I really love. So my first thing that I have here is the Tatcha Pure One Step Camilla Cleansing Oil, and I love this stuff. I recently started using this within the last like maybe 3-4 months. I don't even know. And it's changed my life. It's my preferred way to wash my face now. It was really helped soften my skin, and I also love the powder that goes along with this. I think the two products are amazing together, amazing by themselves. So I love this line, and Tatcha is a very luxury skincare brand. So I am excited to take the opportunity, the 20% off, to try more products from them. I have my eye on a few things that we'll talk about in my wish list. But it's always good to invest in skincare because good skin equals good makeup. It's always really important to take care of your skin because it is your first layer, obviously. And I was not always the person that was like really into skincare. I thought that it didn't really matter when I was younger. But now recently I've noticed such a change in how much better my skin is doing by using the right products. So it's very important to make sure you find products that are good for you. So another skincare product that I've also been loving is the Kate Somerville Exfoliate Glow Moisturizer, and I love this stuff because not only does it help moisturize your skin, but it also has really helped with like the texture on my cheeks. This has been the most effective thing that I've used to help me with that. I love this entire line. I've used the face wash, I have the face wash, I have the exfoliating treatment, and I just really love her products. So this is another brand that I would recommend to you guys to check out during the 20% off. And she has a bunch of like products, so if like exfoliating isn't something that you worry about, she also has like age defense and like acne stuff. So she really has a line for everyone, and I love her products. They're like amazing. Okay. So next up, I guess we're just going to go in order of things you put on your face. So next up I have foundation, and foundation is one of those things that I absolutely love. I collect eyeshadow palettes and I collect foundation. Those are like my two big things. And this is a great opportunity to try out like a high-end luxury foundation because you're getting 20% off. So my recommendation for you guys, if you like full coverage foundations, would be the YSL All Hours foundation, and this is what it looks like. I love this foundation. I have it on right now. It sits beautifully on the skin and gives you a nice full coverage matte finish, but it doesn't make my skin look dry or cakey. It goes on beautifully. It looks like skin, like it doesn't look like you're wearing a ton of makeup. So I would really recommend this foundation if you're looking for something that's, you know, full coverage, matte. It's oil free too, so if that's something that you struggle with, I would definitely check this out. I think it's less than an ounce, and it was $58 I think, which is pretty pricey. Usually foundations are an ounce and, you know, vary price-wise, but YSL has some amazing products. I've used foundations from them before that I've liked, but this is by far definitely, I think, in my opinion, the best foundation that they have come out with. So that's definitely a recommendation from me. Another foundation that I've been loving that's a little bit more on the cheaper end of the spectrum is the Clinique Even Better Glow. And another way I love to take advantage of this sale is to try out some like really new products, and this was just released by Clinique a few months ago, and I've been trying to get my hands on it, and I finally found it at Ulta. But they have it on Sephora online, but they didn't have it in my store, so I had to go to Ulta. But they do have it at Sephora. And this is a great foundation if you're looking for something that's going to be glowing. What I love about this is it's a glow foundation, but it doesn't make you look shiny. Like I said, my skin is combination, so I have to be careful because in some places it may look beautiful, but in other places it can make me look shiny and oily. So this foundation though doesn't do that. Like, this is probably the best like glow foundation I've ever used for like combination or oily skin, for those of you that have it, because it has light reflecting in it, so it's not like oily or greasy looking. It just makes you kind of look lit from within. I know that sounds weird, but it really does. And they have such a good shade range. I think when I got matched to this, I got matched to like 2 different colors. I don't even know how that's possible, but that's how good of the shade range is. And I love this. And it's only $28 I think, so if you are looking for something that's a little cheaper than $58, I would highly recommend this. I love it. I'm actually going to pick up an extra one during the sale because I love it that much. And it is a squeezy tube, so I feel like with these, like, I always use too much, or I never know like when I'm gonna run out, so I'm definitely gonna pick up another one. I may try the other color that they had matched me to as well, because they both did look good on my skin. I just went with this one because it was a little bit warmer than the other one, but I don't know, we'll see. It also has SPF 15 if that's something that you are interested in, so this is another really amazing product that you should check out during the 20% off. I think with the 20% off too, it'll only be like 22 something, so which is like for a foundation, really good. So we're going to talk about something that's like a little boring now, and that's brow products. For me, my brows are very important because I feel like they just kind of pull a makeup look together, but I don't always love spending like $20 plus on eyebrow products because I just think that they're a little boring. I don't know. I'm more into eyeshadow and foundation. But I do know it's important to have a good product that you love, and those products for me are the ABH Brow Wiz and the gel that she has. And I actually bought this gel in the last 20% off because I didn't want to spend $20 on it, or $22, however much it is, and I thought 20% off, like, I might as well just do it, and it has changed my life. I love this brow gel. It sets your eyebrows so beautifully, but it doesn't make them feel like glued down or anything. Like, they don't stick to your forehead. I hate feeling like that. It drives me crazy, so I really love this brow gel. And I love this brow pencil. It's so creamy, it's so easy to use, it looks beautiful. I think I'm going to pick up another one of these too during the 20% off because I never know how much I have left and it terrifies me. So I don't like running out of things and then not having backups. It scares me. So next up is more of a brand recommendation. So this is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Diffused Light. And this is what it looks like. This is the powder that I use to set my under eyes. I think it's beautiful. I love it. It gives a great finish to the skin and it doesn't look dry or powdery at all. I love these finishes on these powders and I definitely want to check out more in the future. But Hourglass is one of those brands that kind of toes the line between high-end and luxury. Some of their stuff can be very pricey and then others isn't, so I don't really know what's going on there. But I love this brand so much. I think their powders are absolutely beautiful. You cannot go wrong with any of them. I have the setting powder, I have a bronzer, I have a blush. Their powders are just amazing. And if you have dry skin, I would really recommend to check these out because they really just like blend nicely into the skin and they don't sit on top or make you look dry at all. So I actually just used the blush on my mom the other day and she was like, oh my god, this is beautiful. She's like, why have I never tried these before? I was like, I know, right? They're beautiful. And I know I feel like their blushes don't get talked about as much. It's usually the powders or their other products, but their blush formula is some of my favorites and I don't like blush. I think blush can make me look like a clown. I don't know what it is about my undertones or anything, but I can never find a good blush color. But their blushes are so beautiful that I've tried, I think, 2 different colors now. I don't remember what they're called and I have too many things. But both looked beautiful on my skin. They have really, really great colors and I just love their powders. So I would definitely recommend this brand. Any of their products. Their foundation sticks are good. Their lip products are good. Literally, all of their products are amazing. My goal is to own the entire line one day. So my next recommendation for you guys would be to buy an eyeshadow palette. That was a great time to buy an eyeshadow palette because obviously they're a little bit more pricey. You are getting a bunch of products kind of in one thing, so it would be great to get 20% off. There are a ton on the market. I mean, you can find one for any type of look you could ever possibly imagine. There are some really, really super expensive ones, and then there are some cheaper ones, so really, whatever your heart desires. I'm going to talk about 2 palettes that I really love that I think are worth the money and even more worth it if you get 20% off. One of them is new on the market within the last couple months, and it is the Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes palette. You guys saw me do a video on this. I am obsessed with this palette. I love it so much. If you are someone who likes warm-toned, matte, peachy looks, this is definitely the palette for you. The shadows are so easy to blend and so pigmented. I love them so much. I think this is the best palette, in my opinion, that Too Faced has come out with. I don't know what it is. I don't know if the formula is different, but I just find that these shadows are so much better quality than in the chocolate bar palettes. And I love the size and shape of this palette as well, better than like a longer one. I think the mirror in this one is a lot more functional for you, especially because your face fits in there and you can really see what you're doing. This is a great palette too if you are someone who travels a lot because there are so many different looks that you could make with this. I mean, obviously there isn't any shimmer, but for me that's not as important, I guess. I like palettes that are mostly matte or all matte. So I really love this palette, and if you are someone who likes warm toned eyeshadows, I think you would really like it too. So this is my first recommendation for an eyeshadow palette. My next recommendation is a palette that everybody knows, everybody loves, and if you don't have it in your collection, you should definitely go out and change that. And this is the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This still is one of my go-to palettes. It comes with a little brush, and I think this palette is so amazing because you can just do so many different things with it. It's mostly matte. There are 2 like shimmery satin shades, which are nice as like toppers, but this is the palette I go to when I'm having one of those days where I don't really know what I want to do with my makeup and I'm kind of like in a funk. I always pull this palette out because I know these shadows are amazing. There are so many different looks you could create with this. Like, there are neutral tones, there are cool tones, there are pops of color. There are just so many great things about this palette, and I think it's definitely a staple in anybody's collection, and I think it's like one of those things you kind of just need to have. It's one of my most used palettes. I've had this for probably almost a year, and it still sits up in my like everyday palettes because I love it that much. Usually that gets changed out a lot, but this has been like a constant staple, so I love this palette. I can't say enough good things about it, and I definitely think if you don't own it, you should definitely check it out during the 20% off. So that was kind of all for my recommendations for the VIB sale. I think we kind of hit a bunch of different categories, which is good. Now I'm going to talk about some products that I've had my eye on specifically for this sale. I've been on a no-buy this month of October. I only bought one makeup thing, and that was kind of for our channel, so I kind of wrote it off as like a business thing. But I thought that was really good of me. I only bought one makeup thing that was like incredible. Usually I just buy and like don't even think twice about it, so it went pretty well. But now we're just gonna jump in to some of my products on my wish list. Now, I love the Sephora app because when I'm bored, I can just like scroll through it, but I also love it because I love using my loves list as like a wish list, and especially when I'm in the store or when I'm out and about and I see something, I'm like, oh, did I match myself to this foundation color, or did I have a specific color that I wanted to check out in this? I can just go into my list and check it out. It also comes in handy right now while I'm filming. I can go look up products. So I love using my loves list. So I'm just going to go in here and kind of show you guys a few products that I've had my eye on. So the first product in here is the Bite Beauty Amouche Bouche Liquefied Lipstick in the color Chutney. So this won an Allure Best of Beauty award, and ever since I saw it in that article, I was like, I have to have that. It's described as a rich mauve, which I love mauve toned lip products, lip colors, and I've heard this formula is really, really good. It's not a completely like full matte lip, it's more of like a creamy texture, which is what I kind of go for, so I'm really excited to check these out. This is $24, which isn't horrible for a high-end lip product, but the 20% off will definitely be nice. Okay. So the next thing on here is the Violet Voss, and if you didn't know already, Violet Voss just launched on Sephora.com, which I am so excited about. I've heard so many good things about their products, and I've wanted to try their eyeshadows for a really long time, but I just never got around to doing it. I don't really love ordering things online. I like shopping in a store, so I always kind of shied away from it. But now that they're on Sephora, I'm definitely going to be ordering it. I know Sephora is, like, I've ordered from them before. I know it's good. I know their customer service is good, so I feel comfortable ordering from them. I'm weird about ordering things online, so bear with me. But this is the Nicole Concilio palette with Violet Voss, and I just think it's really, really pretty. Their colors are super different. You have some neutral shades, but you also have a lot of pops of color, which I really, really love, and I think this palette is just so beautiful. And for only $45, I did not think it was that bad. You get 20 eyeshadows, that's 5 by 4, right? That's 20. Math is not my strong suit. For $45, which I did not think was bad at all, and I'm so excited to try out their formula. Again, I've heard so many good things, and I am a new fan of Nicole's. I just kind of started watching her videos, and I think she's so outgoing and so fun, so I'm excited to support her and hopefully pick up this palette with the 20% off. Okay. Oh, another product that's kind of new at Sephora, new on the market, is the Huda Beauty The Complexion Perfection Pre-Makeup Base Primer. Now, I've heard really crazy things about this, that it's hydrating but also smoothing, which is like what I look for in a primer. I love to smooth out my texture and stuff, but I have to be so careful because I do have dry skin in places, so I've heard this is a really good primer for both of those things, so I'm really excited to try it out. And it's $35, which I didn't think was crazy for a primer, so I'm excited. This is definitely on my list, one of those top things. When I first read about it, I was like, oh, I need to try that. The foundation is also something that I've had my eye on, but I just bought a ton of new foundations, well, 2, so I kind of need to lay off the foundation for a little bit, but eventually I do want to try that out as well. So my next thing is the Becca, it's loading, Sunlit Bronzer in the color Capri Coast, and this is what it looks like. So when the fall and winter, when I start losing my tan, I have a really hard time picking out bronzers that are going to suit my skin tone and my coloring, and I've heard really good things about this bronzer, that it's really good for like light skin tones, and I swatched it in the store recently because my Sephora just redid the entire Becca section in our store, and it looks so beautiful, and they got so many new products that we didn't have before, and one of the products was this, and I swatched it and I was like, this is beautiful. So I'm super excited to pick this up, hopefully during the sale, if not sometime soon. It's on my wish list for the sale, but I probably won't be buying everything on my wish list, so I'm gonna have to make some choices. But it's definitely one of those products that I've had my eye on, and I'm really, really excited to try out. Okay, so I have one more product that's on my wish list for this sale this upcoming month, and this is the Milk Makeup The A-Team. So this is one of the products that they released, I don't really know if you can see that, for the holidays, and it's just a collection of all their stick products. So I'm going to read you guys what's in here first. It's the Glitter Stick in Techno, the Matte Bronzer in Baked, the Highlighter in Lit, the Cooling Water, and the Blur Stick, and the Holographic Stick in Mars. So I recently purchased their concealer and I fell in love with it, and I've really wanted to try some other products from them, and I thought this was a great way to do it. I mean, it's only $39 and you're getting all of these products. I have tried the blurring primer before, but I really like it, so it'll be nice to have a little travel size. The cooling water, the bronzer, and the highlighting stick have all been on my list before, and then the glitter stick I might pass on to Lyn because she's more of a glitter person, and then the holographic stick will also be something cool to try out. So these are all products that I've had my eye on or know that I love, so I'm really excited to see them create this little collection, and I hope that I can get my hands on it with the 20% off because I think it'll be something that I will get a lot of use out of. But yeah, so that was my recommendations and my wish list for the Sephora VIB sale. So let me know if you guys have any products that you have your eye on for the sale, or if you have any recommendations for me. I would love to hear them. But yeah, that's all I had for you guys today. Thank you for joining me and hearing me out. I hope that you guys get some inspiration for this sale. And yeah, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up so that we know you guys like these videos and you like to keep seeing us. But thank you again for joining me, and I will see you in our next video. Bye guys!